Ooh, little bit of foam on the top. This is how we do it. Ooh, I think this thing was shaking up a little bit.
Hey, but
Right on.
but if that ain't the sound of hoppiness, I don't know what is.
Hoppiness, pure hoppiness,
Pure hoppiness.
100%. And as Ian from If Sports Cards says, this is the George Contos episode. That's right. Whenever we do our promotions for our videos beforehand, I try to get a number on the jersey, and there was actually no name on it, and he actually got it. I think it's because of the Giants, of course. So,
Of course.
but yeah, he was a Dodger and an Oriole, I think. So there you go. So there's my nerdiness. Hey everyone, Michael here from the Beer Baseball Blog, The Adventures of Craft Beer and Baseball. This is the Beer Baseball Blogcast, episode 70. Big Mac. We're in Big Mac land. Episode 70 for August 31st, 2021. Wherever you are watching us live today, please give us a like and a comment. Let us know that you're out there. And as always, we'd appreciate it if you subscribe and turn on those notifications. Let's do some housekeeping before we start. Thank you to Patreon super supporter Cowboy Jack Durango for his contribution to the Beer Baseball Blog on the power hitter level. Thank you, Cowboy. I want to see if you're in the chat yet. Thank you to Patreon super supporter Rachel Elnar for her contribution to the Beer Baseball Blog on the power hitter level. I actually saw Rachel this weekend, so that was nice. Nice to have dinner with her and catch up with what she's doing. Thank you to Patreon supporter Scott Loss for his contribution on the cleanup hitter level. Check out his comics and merchandise at accidentalaliens.com. And as I mentioned, Ian, thank you for being a Patreon supporter. Thank you for helping out the Beer Baseball Blog on the leadoff hitter level. You can check out their YouTube channel of sports card breaks, pack openings, and mail days at If Sports Cards. If you would like to be a supporter of the Beer Baseball Blog and all of our efforts here, I would hold off on this until tomorrow, because if you do it today, you get billed, and then if you do tomorrow, you'll get billed again for the month. So don't do it today. If you want to support us, just go there. You know, again, throw us a few bucks, and it definitely helps out our efforts here at the Beer Baseball Blog, especially with Card Sharks. Cards are getting more expensive every day, and quite frankly, beers are too. Actually, beers are pretty reasonable if you actually shop around for them. You can also support us by buying stickers, buttons, beer coasters on our Etsy page. Search Beer Baseball on Etsy. And here is the lineup card for today. Batting leadoff, he is the VP of Content Development here at the Beer Baseball Blog, Angelo Trinidad. Welcome.
Hey, Michael. Hey, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. 70 episodes strong. Hard to believe how far we've come. I actually, in my normalcy of doing a YouTube rabbit hole, decided to watch a couple minutes of the very first pilot episode that we did.
Oh boy.
And the show has definitely evolved, and you know, a lot of it has remained the same, which is really just three guys coming together with the passion for both craft beer and baseball, and of course witty banter.
Yes.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Michael mentioned I am the VP of Content Development, so I'd be remiss if I didn't shamelessly plug some of the new content we have on our YouTube channel. We recently posted a Stadium Series Pack Wars video from Storm Stadium, which was also Beer Fest at Storm Stadium that day, which was really fun. And we last week we posted a video of a Stadium Series Pack Wars opening 1991 WCW cards at SummerSlam at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. So be sure to tune into those. Stay tuned for more of those to come soon. And for those of you Patreon subscribers or on the fence of wanting to subscribe to our Patreon and supporting us in that way, we're always working on new content exclusive to Patreon. One of those, which is going to be, and we've been kind of working on this for a while, but it's going to be a spinoff of the Beer and Break videos from Saturday. And it's going to be Root Beer and Break, where my son Lucas and I are going to be opening up cards and trying different root beers. So that'll be fun.
Ah, that's tremendous. And I'm really glad that we can get him involved. And I was actually watching a video recently this I think it's sports card investor. Like he actually went to a card show in Dallas, and his son actually put $500 together and actually said, I want these two cards. So they were getting into cards, but he was actually getting into high-end investing on cards. I thought that was really interesting. And we definitely need more. I mean, we're old enough that we remember like open up wax packs and opening up stuff like that. So, but there's a lot of kids who don't. It's all new to them. So definitely getting them into the hobby and I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing for their wallet, but yeah, it's always fun and we're gonna do baseball card sharks again. And we've actually I don't think, Angelo, that you know this. We've actually we actually had some other people who aren't even baseball fans doing it, and we wanted to get their feedback on it, and they loved it. They loved the concept and really got into it. Probably more for our witty banter about the people on the cards and stuff. The fact they're like, did you have that scripted out? Did you already? And I was like, no, it's just off the top of the head. So we had a lot of fun with it. We definitely were thinking about that also, maybe getting some people into some card shark stuff. That'd be fun to get some fans in there. So just thinking out loud, but we definitely have a lot of planned. Kevin Lyon is not here. He's actually stuck in traffic again. But he'll be here very soon. And let's actually, before we get into what we're drinking, let's go to the comments. We said, Ian, thank you so much for joining. Bubble Pug. I think she might have the streak but also this guy too, Cowboy Jack Durango. He probably has a streak too for watching us. Chad M, thank you for joining.
He has a streak with a lot of things, I'm sure.
Yes. And he loves streaking, which is kind of ironic in itself. Yeah, Bubble Pug, thank you so much for joining. And root beer and break. That was a no-brainer. We definitely
I can't take credit for that. That was Michael. So, but and I don't know why it was right there. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but yeah, very, very clever indeed.
But I like that you did take it to the thing of sampling root beers, because actually there's a lot of breweries. In fact, what's one that we went to? Kevin and I went to one in Palm Springs, Coachella Brewing, and they actually have their own root beer. So they brew their own root beer, which is, you can actually go and get it at certain places. So I thought that would be pretty cool too. David, thank you so much for joining as well. Yeah, right on. Another faithful watcher of all of our videos. Okay, so let's get to it. Angelo Trinidad, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm very excited about what I'm drinking tonight because I've been on the hunt for this beer for well over a year, and I think they kind of stopped production at some point during COVID. But I'm drinking the Los Guerreros Mexican-style lager from Alasta Brewing Company out of Covina, California. And this is brewed and made in partnership with Chavo Guerrero of the famed Guerrero family in pro wrestling. This one is 5% ABV, no IBU listed, and it's described as a Mexican lager with Yucatan sea salt and lime. So it's very refreshing. I had this on a recent episode of Beer and Break. You and Kevin both drank this on an edition of Hoppy Hour with Alan Jepson and Daniel Macabe.
I hope that. Yeah, he was saying it was pronounced another way, but it's Macabe to me.
Yeah, that's how I see it. I just think like straight Japanese, like that's how I see it. But you guys enjoyed it. We gifted this to Mark and Caitlin, friends of the show, and they actually enjoyed this the other night and sent me a photo. They paired it with some spicy yellow curry, and they said it went really well.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And Caitlin, thank you for joining.
10 out of 10.
There you go, right on.
So this one's really good. We on one of the first episodes we tried the Buena Vesa salt and lime lager from Stone Brewing Company. Mm-hmm. And that kind of became my new Mexican lager, along with a Mexican lager that's made by Pizza Port Brewing Company, which I haven't been able to find. I don't think they brewed it lately. But this is quickly taking over Buena Vesa as my favorite Mexican style lager, and I'm actually going to be I'm going to be having more of this after the show with some enchiladas for dinner. So,
All right on.
definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, this is really cool because of the tie-in with wrestling, and just I've had the opportunity to work with Chavo on a couple occasions, and actually lives relatively close to where I live, and
Oh, no kidding.
I used to run into him at the Costco gas station all the time, and it's funny because I ran into him one time, and this is after I'd worked with him 2 times, I think, and I was like, "Hey, Chavito," and I waved, and he just kind of gave me the wave back, and I was like, "Hey, brother, how you doing?" And as soon as he heard brother, he like walked over, came over, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the brother term kind of solidifies you as part of the business, quote unquote. So that was kind of cool. And he's always been ultra cool to me in the locker rooms that we've been in together. As a matter of fact, he went out of his way one show that we did together in San Diego, where I announced him. He was in a fatal 4-way, and he was so impressed that I announced the fatal 4-way with no notes or no cards. And he was like, "Man," he's like, "that was so cool, dude." Like, and like you didn't need the cards. And it was like, and it was there are people saying they wanted nicknames and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he just asked me if I'd ever, sent my stuff in to WWE or TNA, and if I needed anything to let him know, which I always thought was super cool. So Chavo's always been cool in my book, and that's why I've been trying to hunt down this beer once I saw it was Cowboy Jack's comment. That's funny. But but yeah, so that's why I've been hunting this down, and it's and it didn't disappoint. The year plus certainly did not disappoint.
Right. And I think we were going to have it last year too, but I think we went to go get it, and they had like literally 1 can, and I was like, do we go all the way down there? And I think it was at the beginning of COVID and stuff like that. So it's like, we luckily it came all back. And I think the other one that we got with this one was the helmet one, and actually won an award. I saw, for Kolsch, and I can't remember where. I just happened to see it kind of in passing, but congratulations to Alosta. And by the way, I wanted to make mention before we get off of this, the fact that you're having this beer here and then the beer with your dinner, that's truly to use a wrestling term, that's definitely a double down.
Yeah, I would say so.
That's a craft beer double down. Nicely done. Kevin was speaking of Stone. We were talking about Stone earlier. This is Kevin's beer. I'm sure that he'll be talking about more. I love these beers that have like the date on them, and so you know how fresh they are, and have them by a certain time. I'm not sure if this one's. I think I think this one's unfiltered as well. So that like they're usually unfiltered IPAs, which are super hoppy, and this one's like high alcohol too. So Kevin will definitely. This is in Kevin's wheelhouse.
Yeah, the last one I had I think was Enjoy by 1225-20, and that one was like I think it was like 8.5%. So they're definitely on the stronger side.
Yeah,
and hence the drink in the enjoy by date. But yeah, I love these because these are cool. I guess they'd be considered seasonal. But the cool thing about these is they change every time. So even if there's another one that comes out next September, it's not going to be the same as this one, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And so definitely check out. I mean, Stone is like, what would Stone be? Stone would be like AEW in a sense. They're huge, right? And they're the huge independent, and I definitely recommend supporting them in whatever they do. My beer, speaking of independence, and I would be remiss if I passed this one up. This is the baseball lager from Highland Park Brewery, one of my favorite breweries. And it's right. If you're going to go to a Dodger game, seek out Highland Park Brewery. If you're going to take the Metro, you can get off at the Chinatown station. You literally can walk and go to Highland Park and literally walk to the stadium as well from right there. So, this is 5% ABV, much like your beer, very low ABV. It doesn't have an IBU, so not very hot. Oh yeah, this is almost a carbon copy of yours, but it's baseball themed lager. So, Definitely good. It also says on it too, on the can, that it's a sports lager, which I have no idea what the difference is between a sports lager and a regular lager. I guess maybe it's because it's baseball themed. I guess that would be the only thing. Yeah, so had to go with baseball themed beer for a baseball themed show. So let's get into it. Kevin will be here shortly, or at the same height. That is a very old joke, but let's get to it. This day in baseball history for August 31st. August 31st, 1957, Gus Triandos, considered one of the slowest base runners in baseball history, hits an inside-the-park home run in the Orioles' 4-1 victory against Boston at Memorial Stadium. The Baltimore backstop circles the bases when his vicious line drive off the outfield wall caroms 100 feet past the left fielder Ted Williams, allowing the 27-year-old catcher to complete his improbable round-tripper standing up. When I read this, it reminded me of, didn't Benji Molina, he hit like a triple at Fenway Park, I remember, and it was like the most amazing thing to watch. And I don't think he was playing for the Angels at the time. I think he was playing for someone else, possibly.
I think you might be right.
But it was like watching like slow motion. You couldn't believe how slow he was. And actually, there's another great video that just surfaced from Japan, and it's this guy who's like, he's 350 pounds if he's a pound, and he he hits this one, and it should be an inside the park homer, and he gets thrown out at third, I think, or possibly even second. But he's completely slow. It just reminded me of that. But good on Gus Triandos. I mean, I would love to hit an inside the park home run in the major leagues. That'd be a lot of fun. August 31st. Go for it.
And you were right. Yeah, he did hit a triple at Fenway. I just looked it up. I did the research. And the title of the video is he was playing for the Texas Rangers. The title of the video is Benji Molina somehow hits a triple to complete the cycle.
Oh, that was right. I had a feeling it was for the cycle.
So when he made it, dude, he's gassed, like on hands on his knees at third, and the entire Texas dugout is just dying and laughing.
Yes. I knew. I thought it had something to do with completing the cycle. That's amazing. That's so funny.
Yeah, but it was right to that center field. It was right to that center field gap. The center field where the high wall meets the low wall. Right. Yeah. Right in that wedge. Gotcha. Right there. So.
The coffin corner.
Yeah.
August 31st, 1957, Oriole minor league fireballer Steve Dalkowski, a favorite here. Steve Dalkowski is definitely going in the Beer Baseball Blog Hall of Fame. Strikes out 24 Bluefield players, but issues 18 walks, hits 4 batters, and uncorks 6 wild pitches. The New Britain, Connecticut native's wildness cost him the game when Kingsport loses in an Appalachian League contest 9-8. And if you've watched our blogcast before, you'll know that Steve Dalkowski never made it to the major leagues. He was one of the pitchers that was, just think of like Aroldis Chapman, a lot of hype, and then just never could make it to the major leagues. And actually it really affected him in the rest of his life. So there's actually a lot of great YouTube documentaries about him. And speaking of a lot of YouTube documentaries on him, Kevin Lyon.
What? You're watching on YouTube about me. Oh, goodness.
That's better than the takeaway I would have came up with, which was, speaking of 1957.
Yep. Oh, I was a mere 57, maybe.
Yeah, you were a young buck in 57. Yeah.
Well, we'll settle in, Kevin, and then we'll get your beer in a minute. So, but I wanted to, yeah.
I want to just hear about, Mr. Dalkowski. Thank you.
Yes. August 31st, 1963, in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs at Wrigley Field, Ellis Burton hits an ultimate grand slam. I wasn't aware this was a term. Do you know what an ultimate grand slam is?
No idea.
Is it an ultimate Grand Slam breakfast?
I know what
It
that
has
is.
nothing to do with Denny's.
Oh, okay. What about the other place that was named for? That its name used to be.
Oh no,
I'm
that
not
doesn't have
gonna say that.
anything to do with that either.
All right, fair enough.
Ultimate Grand Slam. So let's see. Ultimate Grand Slam. How can it be more ultimate than a Grand Slam? Bases are loaded. I don't know. Okay, so what is an ultimate Grand Slam?
Well, it was the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. It's a walk-off bases loaded homer when the team is down by 3 runs.
Okay.
So that
So like
wins it. So
the ideal situation to hit a Grand Slam is the
that's
ultimate
right.
Grand
That's yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, totally. So he hit it off Houston hurler Hal Woodashik. Say that 10 times fast. Wow. Giving the Cubs a 6-5 dramatic victory. Chicago had been trailing 5-2 before the switch hitting center fielder hit his sayonara slam, the most memorable of his 17 career home runs.
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome. August 31st, 1968. This has always been an intriguing name in baseball whenever I see it. Elroy Face ties Senators Walter Johnson's mark for appearances with one team when he enters the game for the 802nd time for the Pirates, replacing Steve Blass, who remains in the game and returns to the mound after the reliever retires one batter to equal the record. Now, before the final out in Pittsburgh's 8-0 victory over the Braves, an announcement informs the crowd that Detroit has bought the Pirates' veteran right-hander, right as he made that record-breaking appearance.
Oh, gosh. Oh my goodness.
That's amazing. So they must have definitely kind of figured that out. They must have known that was going to happen because to get him in that game.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but that's super cool. So 68. Another Hall of Famer in the Beer Baseball blog. August 31st, 1969, Morgana, a well-endowed fan dressed in a mini dress. I could not find a shot of this incident. So this is, I think, later. This is in Cleveland in 81. But she jumps onto the Atlanta Stadium field and kisses Clete Boyer on the cheek while he's batting. The Braves' third baseman then promptly ends a 1-for-17 slump with an RBI single and goes on an 8-for-15 tear.
Right on. Cheers. to
Salud. Kevin, you need a Morgana to get you out of your slump.
Clete. Yeah, no kidding.
That's another story for another blogcast. Right?
That is.
Hey, that's for the Patreon.
Yeah, right. The Beer Baseball, the Blue Hour. Okay, here we go. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Whoa.
Yeah, working blue.
That's what he
August
meant,
30
Angelo. Don't worry.
August 31st, 1974, in a Class A minor league contest, Mavericks manager Frank Peters rotates his nine players, allowing each player to take a different position on the field for every inning. The innovative strategy works as Portland posts an 8-7 victory over the Tri-City Ports in their Northwest League contest.
Bravo.
Now, okay, so if you're not familiar with the Portland Mavericks, I super highly after this show, please, if you have Netflix, please look up the Battered Bastards of Baseball. It was from 2014. But the story is, in 1973, Hollywood actor Bing Russell,
Kurt Russell's father.
Kurt Russell's father, starts an independent minor league baseball team in Portland consisting of outcasts and misfits and turns them into an unlikely overnight success. I rewatched this again because when I saw it, I actually wasn't as familiar. My current job, I actually had to go to Portland quite a bit. So I actually learned a lot about Portland and where the Portland Timbers play now. I didn't even realize it at the time. I actually went underneath the stadium. This used to be the stadium where the Mavericks played, where the Portland Beavers played, and it goes back like hundreds of years. They have this big like panoramic picture of the field from
wow.
1900. It's amazing. And so I actually revisited this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like right there. It's and I didn't really know. I couldn't put the history all together, and actually like the Portland Beavers actually come out as kind of like the villain in this story. So definitely check that out, and it's definitely worth checking out. There's so much goodness to it, and I can totally see a lot of parallels about how minor league baseball now and all the realignment and getting rid of teams, it's very similar to what happened back then. It's very interesting. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, I actually
haven't.
haven't. So like
Yeah,
you
I
said it,
haven't.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be that battered bastard of baseball that I've never got around to see. That BBB acronym's a good acronym, by the way.
It is.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, definitely check it out. I mean, like even I said, check it out soon because it's again, you guys haven't seen it, but it was better than I remember when I went back and I looked at it. I'm like, oh my god,
like spaced out on it. I'm like,
yeah, super cool. It's really nicely put together.
Show. Yep.
August 31st, 1990, Mariano Rivera, usually used in relief, is allowed to start a game of a doubleheader on the final day of the season for the Gulf Coast Yankees, allowing him to throw enough innings to qualify for the GCL's ERA title, an accomplishment that carries a contractual bonus. The Sandman responds by hurling 7-inning no-hitter against Bradenton to finish the season with a 0.17 ERA. I think he gave up like one run, a 0.46 WHIP, 58 strikeouts in 52 innings, and he is $500 richer because of it. And I found this card. It actually documents that. I think this might be like a 91 Bowman or something like that. But it's all that stuff is.
Well, according to that, it says 92 total career totals. It's a little.
Oh, so it might be 93.
Might be 93. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's like it goes back to 1990 when he did all this stuff, and it said like he hurt his arm, so it wasn't. That was interesting too. I didn't even know that part of it. August 31st, 1990, yes. Ken Griffey and King Griffey Jr. become the first father and son to play in the same major league lineup. The 40-year-old left fielder and his 20-year-old offspring. I don't know why they used offspring. I hate when they use that. His 20-year-old son both score a run in the Mariners' 5-2 victory over the Royals at the Kingdom. This was a lot of fun. I was always hoping that this would happen kind of like in modern day. That'd be super interesting. August 31st, 1992, the A's trade Jose Canseco to the Rangers for Ruben Sierra, Bobby Witt, and Jeff Russell, and an undisclosed amount of money. I always think that's funny. That's super shady.
Could be $2 million, or could be $2.27.
Could be two.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if they padded the lope there,
Exactly. Baseball's bad boy will hit 45 home runs and bat .269 during his 3-year tenure in Texas. Although those will not be his highlights. His highlights was the ball bouncing over his head from Carlos Martinez in Cleveland for a home run. The head assisted home run. But can you guess what the picture on the right is?
Did he pitch?
He's pitching.
He pitched, and I believe it is at Fenway Park, if I'm not mistaken. And from what I understand, it actually led to his arm troubles. He actually had arm troubles after pitching.
Wow.
And
one appearance? Jeez.
Yeah, yeah. He was never saying. I think he was only a DH after that. Yeah, I think he was with the Rays. But yeah, so that I thought that was pretty interesting. And if you look on his hand, I think that he has a stripe of like pine tar on his hand. And I don't know him to have a birthmark, but I think he's got a little substance on there.
Are you saying he like maybe cheated the rules a little bit? Jose Canseco, come on.
He's a straight up guy. He would never bend the rules to get an advantage.
No. Oh, and by the way, if people have Twitter, great Twitter follow.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
If
Yeah,
John,
he's
unless if
Top
you're
Gun
like
defense
me
man in the
and
comments, yeah.
grammar and spelling annoy you, bad spelling, bad grammar drives me crazy.
Yes.
But in his case, it makes me laugh.
And I won't say that he's a friend of the show. I'll say he's an acquaintance of the show.
Yeah.
Had he gone to the wrestling show, yeah, he would have been a
Yeah,
friend.
if he would have been, we would have been tight for sure. August 31st, 2001, former Major League catcher Crash Davis, whose name was the inspiration for the main character of the 1988 hit movie Bull Durham, dies at the age of 82 after a year-long bout with cancer. In the movie, which was ranked #1 as greatest sports film of all time by Sports Illustrated, Kevin Costner plays Crash, a veteran backstop for the Durham Bulls, brought in to help a rookie pitcher reach the big leagues by sharing his experiences on and off the field. I'm sure you all know that. But yeah, the player you saw before, I wasn't even aware that there was. I thought there was a Crash Davis, but I wasn't even sure of what if it was real or not. So,
Yep.
and then thinking back on it, Kevin Costner's been in three pretty iconic baseball movies. One isn't really that known that well. Obviously Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, but then he was, I think it was I think it was called For Love of the Game, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. The one where he's the Detroit Tigers pitcher.
Yep.
I always thought that was a really awesome portrayal of like baseball and really realistic as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And we got to go full circle because,
Yeah.
we talked about someone earlier who was the inspiration for that pitcher there. Mr. Steve Dalkowski was the inspiration.
That's it. I'm so glad you added that tag. That you're absolutely right. So that was the inspiration for Bull
So
Durham.
in other words, when you're done watching Battered Bastards of Baseball, watch Bull Durham.
Yeah.
I mean, just talking about it makes me want to watch it again. And actually, for the love of the game, actually, too. No,
I've never seen
And I'll give you this. This is super nerdy. There's one person who's in the Battered Bastards of Baseball and Bull Durham.
Oh wow.
That's right, the Clown Prince of Baseball, Max Padkin.
Wow.
He is in both. So very, very nicely done. So get watching on that.
Patreon content, you can always put on your story about him on the Patreon.
That's true. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, and Jack says it's on Amazon Prime. So yeah, definitely check that out. I think that's really awesome. I mean, you get to listen to Vin Scully too. He does the play-by-play in it as well, so you get to hear him again, which is always a gift. Yeah, we're always looking for sponsors. Let's do this. August 31st, 2012, Bob Uecker, known for his humor and on and off the diamond, is honored by the Brewers in a lighthearted dedication ceremony outside Miller Park that unveils a 7-foot bronze statue of the team's popular broadcaster. The sculpture depicting the smiling Mr. Baseball with his hands in his pockets joins the likeness of Hall of Famers Hank Aaron, Robin Yount, and Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig in front of the ballpark. This is actually my picture that I took in front of the stadium. And it's probably the best picture I could find of this statue, which I was very happy about. But I will say it is the second best statue of Bob Uecker. The first one being in section 422 at the top of the stadium. You can actually sit next to Bob Uecker, and it has like the plaque right there behind it. And so I went up there during a day game, and this is the view. It's right behind a big post. So this is the view. It's completely way. I mean, I can't believe more people don't talk about this. It's so good, and actually,
again, that commercial, some of our audience may not even know what that's based on. That's
very true.
That commercial came out in I want to say mid 80s.
Yeah, definitely.
He's right there in
definitely
the front row.
late 70s, but definitely early 80s.
Well, I think I'm saying the front row joke.
That was definitely 80s.
I think that was in the mid 80s. I remember seeing that as a kid, and then he's sitting up way at the very top where no one around him. He missed the tagline.
Yeah, that's right. And we always sit in the Uecker seats because this is actually our view. Actually, I love sitting up here and seeing the whole field. And you have to contend. Yeah, even with the pole, it would definitely work. It would be like old time baseball, like in Fenway. You sit behind a pole, and or in Cleveland.
Obstructed view. You know?
Yes, obstructive view. I actually sat in an obstructive view game at Petco Park. When they used to have the beach seats in center field. They used to have like the little sand right there. You actually could sit on these steps, but the problem was if you look straight, you couldn't see the pitcher or the batter. From these seats. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I went to a playoff game.
Yeah,
it was very obstructed. Yeah, so I had to like take everybody's word for it that something happened.
Oh my gosh.
And finally, August 31st, 2014, in the semifinals of the Japanese National High School Rubber Baseball Tournament, Chukyo High finally breaks a scoreless tie that had captured the nation's attention, tallying 3 runs in the 50th inning, that is, to beat Sotoku High School. They beat them 3-0. So, first of all,
no score for 49 innings.
No score, and a rubber baseball tournament, which is actually very interesting in itself too. So you can actually watch this last full inning. It's on YouTube. And this is a screenshot from it. Like their cell phones, even in 2014, were way above ours. Like this is like amazing footage. And so interestingly enough, both starting pitchers go the distance, throwing 709 and 689 pitches in a contest that takes 4 days to complete. Okay, so you would think, like, this is enough, right? This is too much. And if you look at this configuration, so the bases are loaded. This is the winning hit, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
So look at the configuration. They're actually holding on the guy on third base.
Yeah.
So almost like first base. They're holding him on, probably just to make it so he doesn't, it doesn't have as big as lead. So he lofts it kind of where the umpire is, in right field.
You can kind of see where the ball is right there.
Yeah. It looks like it's going foul, but it actually goes right across. And
he dropped it right in the perfect spot then, where no one was near it.
Okay, so this even gets crazier. And God bless the Japanese, because they have a contingency for everything. They think of everything. So what, you ask, would have happened if the teams had played on? Rules mandate that if the score is tied after 54 innings, the winner will be decided in a drawing. Now, is it a drawing where you like lotto balls, or do they make them draw something? It's like you have to draw a cubby, like drawing school. That's pretty amazing.
That's funny, considering that thing in Japan too is in the major league games is, Kings Road baseball. There you go. Is they have ties in Japan because of the way they have to finish the game by a certain point because people have to get the trains home. So I'm guessing in this case, the championship game, they just I want to know how many innings they play a day. You know what I mean? True.
And actually, they also they don't.
Question, Chris. I don't know why 54.
Yeah. It could have very easily been potato sack races as well.
Point. Why not?
Yeah, and it didn't happen that long ago. And again, you can watch this whole inning. It's pretty amazing. The crowd is pretty awesome in it too. And but yeah, you're right. It's I also think that they don't stop for rain delays as well. If I'm not mistaken, they don't stop. Like if it starts raining, they don't cover the field. I think they play through it, which is very interesting as well. I don't know if that's still the case, but it used to be.
That'd be really hard if that got wet on all that dirt there. That'd be tough to play on.
But I think that they take it and they just kind of mow it over, so it doesn't have like grass on the infield, so you don't have to you're not covering and that as well. So very interesting. Yes. Yes. I think we all do. I think we should definitely get a rubber ball league going. I think it's pretty.
I know we were
awesome.
talking about trying to get a wiffle ball stadium thing going or something, but now we might have something new to look up to.
We might have to do a split season of one wiffle ball, one rubber ball. Yeah. All right, so thank you for sticking with us. Let's get to some baseball card pack wars. Kevin winning last week after I did not hit an ultimate grand slam. I definitely I grounded out to second base on that one.
You whiffed. That was a strikeout.
Yeah, it was big time. It was that was the ultimate strikeout probably. But here are the baseball card shark rules. We're going to draw 11 cards. 8 go on the deck, and you have 3 on your bench. We'll walk you all through this, but our goal is to make it through, and we have categories that we will be going against. So let me stop right here. I'm going to remove that, and then stop that screen. Share screen. I wish there was an easier way to do this. I'm sure that there will be, and it's coming soon, but let's do this. All right.
There's the wheel.
All right.
Spin the wheel. Make the deal.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we're doing and what the stipulations are.
What's the stipulation?
Coal miner's glove match.
All right, so we have.
Batting
average.
So we're doing position players batting average for 89 Bowman. Okay, so
I believe, is that what we did last week too with 89 Bowman?
I think did we?
I'm trying to remember.
I don't think we did. I think we did it for our test game. Do you want to? Should we spin again, or do you want to?
No, let's go. I was just asking. Doesn't matter. Let's do it.
Sounds good. Okay, so
Come on, 89. This is my wheelhouse here. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. So, boom.
All right.
All right, Kevin, since you won last week, we're going to let you go first.
All right. What do you got for me here?
Okay.
Is this Pat's or is this the set that we got from E. Bronson out there in the audience?
Yep. Ed Brown gave us these cards, so we're going to go for it. So let's see who we got here. So let's see if you can recognize that one.
Shoot, he does look familiar.
I don't think you're going to get it. It's a pretty obscure name. This is Cameron Drew.
Okay.
Oh,
the name rings a bell. I think it's just a prospect at best.
You might be able to get this one.
Oh, Matt Noakes. There you go.
Matt Noakes. Yep.
I think I got his autograph at the Sequoia Club, Ed, back in the day. Oh, speaking of catchers, Dave Valley. There you go.
Dave Vig Valley.
Hey, there you go. Oh shoot, I'm spacing on his name.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, wait a minute. I think I might know this one.
I was thinking Tony Fernandez, but I don't know for sure on that.
You're right, 100%. Okay. Tony Fernandez.
It was that stash that threw me off.
Yes. Easy.
Pedro Guerrero.
Pedro Guerrero. Here you go.
Not going down that wheelhouse. Gosh, I'm getting all the catchers today.
Yep.
Is that Mike Scioscia?
It is Mike Scioscia.
There you go. This looks pretty tough group here so far. Oh, that would be Mike Greenwell.
Nice.
Pretty good outfielder for the Red Sox in that period.
And your last card, I think he's more known for being a giant.
Yeah, that's true. That's Mike Aldrete. Good solid hitter. That might, heck, he might have the highest batting average of this whole group.
He might. Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Okay. I don't remember. I don't remember him being on the Expos that long. Oh, who's on my bench?
This one. I think you probably know him for being on the Phillies.
Oh, Manny Trio.
Manny Trio. Nicely done.
There you go. I didn't recognize him like at all there.
This guy was a catcher for the Cubs.
Lake?
Steve Lake used to catch Mike Trout. Not Mike Trout. Steve Trout.
Steve Trout. There you go.
And last but not least,
Rance Mulliniks.
The light hitting Rance Mulliniks. Nicely done.
See, I can win naming these players. That's like my that's where my skill comes in. Just like, oh my gosh.
Okay, so we're going batting average, correct? Career batting average.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So Cameron Drew, his career batting average is a very lofty 188.
Oh.
188. So does Matt Noakes have a higher or lower batting average than 188?
I would guess it has to be. If it's lower, that's pretty sad, but it's definitely higher.
All right.
Come on, Matt Noakes. Even though he's a catcher, it won't be that high. 230?
270.
All right. That's not bad. for a catcher.
270.
All right.
Nicely done. So
Oh, this is tough. Now,
this is going to be tough. So you got Dave Valley. You can still go to your bench.
Yeah.
Got Manny Trio, Steve Lake, and Rance Mullenix.
Boy, a plethora of all-stars here. I mean, this could go either way. He's saying higher. I'm going to say a little lower. I'm going to say he's around 250-ish.
Ooh, okay. So
let me go for it. Let's
lower
see
than 270.
Here. Yeah, I'm going to go a little lower.
You are right, 245.
All right, I'll take it.
Good job, Kev.
These catchers, you don't.
Yeah, you never know. All right, and then Tony Fernandez, speedster.
Yeah.
Is he higher or lower than 245?
Well, this is probably, I forgot about Mike Aldrete, but this guy, I'm pretty sure he's going to be around 270-ish, 275-ish. He's higher.
Okay, Tony Fernandez higher. Ooh, 299.
Ooh. Oh, wow. I don't remember even, I knew he was good here, but wow, 299. That's impressive.
That is impressive. Okay, so he goes up to the next level. You made it up to the next level. Now, this might be an interesting one. Pedro Guerrero. So he's probably had a lengthy career at this point, because I remember him ending. I don't know if he ended with the Cardinals, but this was definitely in his later years.
Sorry. I got a very important message I had to look at. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. All right, 299. I think he's going to be lower. I think he's going to be around 275, 280. And this is later in his career too.
Yep.
I'll say 270. Yes, sir.
He is 307. Wow. Kevin bombs out. Yeah.
Wow.
That is very interesting.
Wow. I didn't know he was that. I remember being. Woo. All right.
So Michael Aldrete was 285.
There you go. Wow. Pedro Guerrero was still batting over 300 lifetime with that point. Wow.
Yep. And Rance Mullenix, 277. So not light hitting as I remembered.
Yeah. Wow. I thought Pedro was one of those guys who'd bat around 280 or so with a bunch of home runs, but wow, 300.
Yep.
Yikes. Oh, well.
All right.
That was a tough one, though.
That was. So I think I might have to bear with me for a second here.
No, it's all right.
I actually need to pull out more cards. This has been a very popular game, and especially this subject. So I'm going to...
I know. Well, that's what I was saying. That's why I thought we used these cards last week.
We did use these cards last week, too. It was just for home runs, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's do... This is Glenn Wilson. Let's see if you can... get your beers ready.
Yeah. Oh,
Hall of Famer, Paul Molitor.
Paul Molitor. I was waiting for you when you mentioned Brewer statues. I was expecting you to mention Paul Molitor. I was kind of surprised there wasn't one of them there.
Yeah, and it's weird because he's actually probably more identified with the Blue Jays.
Well, I mean, I
think he went into the Blue Jays.
Championship team with the Blue Jays.
You're right.
He was more time, I think, with the Brewers than anybody else.
Yeah, he was a great player for them.
There for a stretch. Uh-oh.
Another Hall of Famer, the Chicken Man.
Wow, that's a
and beer fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wade Boggs.
Get ready to look at your bench for Paul Molitor versus Wade Boggs.
And this is actually a big, at the time, WWF fan, Ken Herbeck. Nicely done.
T-Rex.
This is a favorite of Kevin's. Kurt Gibson.
Look at this lineup.
This is pretty. Oh my gosh!
I know. My gosh, mine looked like.
How about this one?
Tony Fernandez compared to all these guys. Oh my gosh!
Red McGriff,
the Crime Dog with the Blue Jays.
That might be a rookie.
That looks so unfamiliar.
Yeah.
So used to seeing him with the Braves.
That might be a rookie.
Yep.
McGriff. Very good.
And Jim Sundberg.
Sundberg. Yep.
Okay, so let's. Oh, this is okay. So. Picture.
Man, he has a who's who, and I had a who?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wasn't even aware that he was an Angel.
I forgot about it too till I saw right now. Yeah, Lance Parrish.
Lance Parrish.
Towards the end of his career.
That
I
84
forgot he was an
Tigers
Angel.
team.
I probably tried to block that out of my head because I did not like him as an Angels fan growing up.
I have no idea who this is. Oh wow, I actually do know who this is.
I'm like,
I
he
guess-
kind of looks familiar. I just can't tell by the name there.
You know why you don't know him is because he doesn't have his trademark mustache. The Reds and Yankees make you shave off your mustaches. This is Bo Diaz.
Oh, then what the heck is he signing his full name there? With like, what is all
Yeah,
that?
I think he signed his full name. So that Bo Diaz on your
Bo
bench.
spoke for. I was like, what?
Not sure. Well, I know the name, but I would not guess this. Let's see if Ian from If Sports Card knows who this is. If he can chime in really quickly. Do you know Angelo?
I don't.
This is Kurt Manwaring.
And I'm like,
that's a wow. That's a.
there's my next who.
All right, and to close it out, Marty Barrett for the Red Sox. All right, so we're doing career average. Your Glenn Wilson comes in 267.
Ooh.
267 on the Glenn Wilson. That is
But
solid.
You got Paul Molitor.
And Paul Molitor.
Yeah. So I could probably safely say that it's higher.
Yep.
Okay, 267 is what we got to beat, and he's at 299. Nicely done.
Oh, okay.
This one's going to be tough.
This one's going to be really tough.
So I'm going to go to my bench early.
Okay, smart.
Let's go with Marty Barrett.
Marty Barrett, your new number is, you're not going to like this one, 284.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like,
Are
oh,
you
no,
kidding me?
his is probably pretty good. He's a good solid hitter.
Can you do a triple switch instead of a
Yeah.
double switch? 284. So is Wade Boggs higher or lower than 284? Let's see what the chat says. Anybody got in the chat think?
I'm going to go higher.
I want to go higher.
I honestly thought Molitor was going to be higher than 300. He's probably like 320 here.
He is 356.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm like, when I heard 299, I'm like, oh, this is easier than I thought it was going to be.
Holy
job.
cow. I totally remember that he had the crazy average back.
peak.
That's
this
right.
was the end of his peak in 89, yeah.
356. So Kent Herbeck.
Oh, I don't know about this
Lower.
one. Oh,
Definitely going lower.
he's probably still 270.
292.
Wow.
Not as low as I expected.
Average hitter. Good old
So,
T-Rex. Good number
so
there.
so Angelo and Kevin are tied at this point.
Yep.
Kurt Gibson, higher or lower than 292?
Oh, this is tough.
It is tough.
Let me switch him out for Bo Diaz.
Good call.
Bo Diaz.
I think that's a good call. That's a really good call.
Now we're replacing Kent Herbeck, which would never happen in real life. So Bo
One
Diaz,
squeeze good for another.
257.
Good job.
I'll go higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Kurt Gibson will be higher. 278.
Oh, that's closer
Wow,
than I
That's
thought.
very
You have
close.
to have been lower than Herbeck. Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been sure on that one. Very good.
So Kurt Gibson, 278. You have
Oh,
one
this is
man on
tough
your
too,
bench.
though.
At this point in the Crime Dogs career, 3 years in, I'm gonna go lower.
So lower than 278. This will be very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a close one, probably.
269.
Wow.
Ooh, yes.
Very good. Angelo's ahead.
Okay.
Wow, good thinking.
Angelo's on the.
So Jim Sundberg, I think he was he was actually back then he was a starter for the
Oh, yeah,
Rangers.
he was a long time
Yeah.
major leaguer here.
Yep.
Looks like towards the tail end of his career by just how he's looking a little rugged. May have to shave his facial hair. I like the
I think
pillbox hat there too.
Yes.
I think I'll still go lower on this one.
Lower than 269.
Yeah.
249.
Good
Yeah.
So catcher versus catcher in the end. Lance Parrish, is he higher or lower than 249? You still have a bench player in Kurt Manwaring.
Let's go to the bench. Why not? He's there.
Wow. So
I think in the chat, Jack said this is Honor the Giants' illegitimate son.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Very, very good. It was McGrath's rookie card. There you go. Ooh, I think I can bop for 250.
No, Bobby. Okay, here we go. Kurt Manwaring, 244.
Oh wow.
244. Wow,
Right.
you traded for 5 points. So 244. Lance Parrish, higher or lower? You're comfortably in the lead with still me to play, but
I'll go higher.
higher than 244. He's managed to stay in the league a long time at this point. So let's do it. 257. He runs the gauntlet.
good.
Nicely done.
I was gonna go 255. I was gonna say 255 is what my guess would be.
Yeah.
But
Nicely
Awesome.
done, Angelo.
Very good, man. Very, very
Definitely
good.
come a long way. It's there is some strategy in this.
well, the good news is like because there were so many familiar players in that bunch, it helped a little bit.
You had a good group of players there for sure.
Yeah. And I had a really good. Well, aside from the last one, I had a good bench because that.
Well, I mean,
that
Diaz is
didn't
pretty
help at all.
comfortable to the Kurt Manwaring, so you know.
Yeah.
So let me get my
Hey,
11
you
here.
took good. You took full advantage of the bench. So there you go. Good job playing. Well done.
Yep. Let's see here. I'm going to go through and make sure that y'all know what I'm doing here. So, this is okay. So I'll name my players here. This is, I know him as being a Cub. This is Damon Berryhill.
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah. Cotton Candy Maldonado.
What was it?
Know that name too.
Candy Maldonado. I think Jeff, is it Kimball? Kunkel. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Jim Gantner. Get your beers ready.
Ooh, let's go. I got to open number 2.
They're always ready.
Kev, how's your beer, by the way?
Yes.
This would not be your wheelhouse. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. It's
I don't know
pretty-
there's an
pretty
IPA
awesome.
on this. It's a 9.4. It's a hard-earned IPA, and yeah, I could definitely say that.
So he's playing in Chicago,
I'm
but
taking
this
my
is
time on this.
he's playing in Chicago, but this is Daryl Boston.
Oh, okay.
This is a pitcher, I believe. Yep. Hall of Famer
there you
Jim
go.
Rice.
Mhm.
Nice.
That was a good one. Yeah.
That's a picture, but that's
Yes.
an amazing card.
It is. And if you remember, if you watch any of our blogcasts,
Yeah.
gave up the hit to Pete Rose to break Ty Cobb's record.
That's my favorite card of this set so far.
It
for
is.
Sure, that Eric show. Good job.
This is a picture, though. This is Bill Wegman. So get your beers
Are they
ready.
all
Hey,
pictures right now?
still counts.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I think this is it Floyd? Is it Floyd Human or something like that? Yeah, Humans. Yeah, it's a pitcher,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. He's a pitcher too.
Oh, here we go. This is my fantasy baseball team, Ruben Sierra Madre.
There you
This
go.
is Ruben Sierra.
Nice.
This is actually when he was playing for the Cleveland Indians. I saw him play in spring training in Chandler, Arizona, and at that time, Cleveland Indians fans hated him because he was getting paid $1 million a year, and they all resented him. This is Brett Butler, Gone with the Wind. Brett Butler. This is Doug Jones, pitcher. This is another Brewer. This is it's a first baseman, Greg Brock. So he's on my bench. So get your beers ready. I got a lot of
Man.
Brewers in this one.
Former Doyer.
Is this Juan Bell? Is he a shortstop? But he doesn't. He
Ooh,
doesn't
look
have
at
his stats. Bobby Bonilla Day on my bench.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah. July 1st.
Actually, everybody knows him for the $1 million payday every year, but I actually know him because when he was with the Cardinals, he actually got hurt, and it allowed Albert Pujols to come up in 2001. So 10 years later.
Looks like we got another pitcher here.
Mel Stottlemyre.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Jay Howell. This is Tim Belcher.
Yeah, all the
And
pitchers
this
here.
is, a lot of pitchers. Yeah. Stan Jeffries. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is a former Cardinal. Kurt Ford. Not Kurt Flood.
Nice.
Kurt Ford. All right. So let's
Okay.
do it. So we got Damon
good luck.
Berryhill.
Your
Thank you.
back's close to mine, like a lot of who?
Yeah. Exactly. So Damon Berryhill hitting 252. Actually, that's pretty respectable. I knew that he played
not bad
pretty
for
well.
a
I remember
catcher,
hearing Harry Carey
All my
always.
catchers have been around that 250 range.
Damon Berryhill. Okay, so Cotton Candy Maldonado. I'm gonna go higher.
I don't know how much Ira will be, but yeah, that's a tough matchup right away.
Pretty close,
It is.
I
It's a tough matchup, but I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. 258.
Oh,
Ooh.
gee.
think. Yeah.
I had a feeling it was close, but not that close. Wow.
Yeah.
Who's he up
So-
against here?
Jeff Kunkel, I think it is. I'm gonna go lower on this one. Most of my players.
You have a bench in case you need some help. But yeah, again, I don't think the bench is going to be much help here.
I don't think so either. I remember Kurt
I
Ford
think
being.
I think Bobby's the only guy who's going to have
Yeah,
anywhere near 300.
it's true. So I'm gonna go lower on this. Lower than
Good luck.
258.
58.
217. Oof.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go. Good job.
217. So
Jeff Kunkel. All right.
Jim Gatner, I'm definitely going higher than 217.
You never
do
thought
me-
you'd sound so confident in anything related to Jim Gantner.
275. Yes. No, any relation to Ed the Bull Gatner? No.
you go.
maybe not.
Very good.
Okay, this is interesting. So 275. Daryl
Yeah, this is
Boston. I
pretty
remember
good
being
matchup
a
here.
it's a
Solid
really
player. I don't know, though. I don't know. I'm not going to try to say anything after last week of the Jim Presley debacle.
good- I know.
But this is to get ahead of me here. Come on. Daryl Boston.
Okay, I'm going to go to my bench. Actually, I'm going to go
All right.
with Greg Brock
Greg
here.
Brock.
244 did not.
That
It
helps.
kind of helped me. Greg
Yeah.
Brock.
You lost like 30 points there. Come on, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I'll definitely go higher on the Daryl Boston than
I'm
244.
curious what it is compared to.
Oh my God, 237.
Wow.
Oh, ouch.
How's that possible? How?
Look how many years though.
Actually, it's a team breakdown, as I found out. These are
Oh,
against
okay.
it's the stats against teams.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
Angelo
Angelo.
coming up in the world.
He got the players people actually know.
That's true. That's true. Let's see what Jim Rice was at this point. Yeah, 300.
Yep.
300.
Wow, he's still
Bobby-
300. Wow.
Bobby Bonilla, 277.
Mhm.
Oh, well. That's
Eh.
the way the Card Sharks cookie crumbles.
Hey, you know what? It's all a fun game. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it out there.
Yeah, tell us what you think. Do you like this game? Is it better than
They were talking about it in the
but-
chat. All of them.
right
were.
on?
here.
We
Angelo
want-
keeps counting cards, so I agree.
Yeah, we definitely wanted-
the board. He's obviously counting them.
We definitely wanted to do something different and get some more engagement, and hopefully that you guys like that a lot. We definitely would like to play with some of our Patreon supporters in the future and get that going. And the fun thing about it is you don't have to know baseball or to have fun in this game. So we'll definitely make it fun. So let me share real quickly. I'm gonna stop my screen over here. One day I will actually have something where I can do this a little bit easier. So I'm gonna go to my presenter view. And let's do this. Come on now. Share screen. All right, let's end it out with some trivia because we know that, if you can't win a Card Shark, you always have a second chance with the baseball trivia.
That's right.
So definitely in the comments, let us know your answers. And, we always appreciate it if you don't Google. Just let us know, like, if you know it or don't know it. Let me get you guys in here because I definitely need you guys. And there we go.
Yeah, right. What do you got for us this week?
All right. So last week we were talking about Miguel Cabrera's 500 home run, and we did the averages.
Yes.
We thought that was pretty fun at the highest and lowest. But this time we're going to go with 300 game winners.
Oh.
And here is
Oh,
the
my
question. What 300
Wow.
game winner has the lowest career earned run average?
Goodness.
Your guesses are Tom Glavine, Early Wynn, Phil Niekro, or Randy. No. This is in the wrong order. Oh shoot. This is actually
Is
in
that
the
the
wrong
next
order.
question?
It is actually.
Oh.
So this is actually the lowest.
That's what that's what the question was.
Yeah, that's what the question was.
Okay, so let's go. Yeah. Okay, so we're actually this won't work. So I don't know why this thing is. So I'm gonna stop sharing real quickly. Okay, so we're gonna go. Let's just do this. So we're going 300 game winner.
Yes.
We're looking for the lowest earned run average.
So it wasn't those 4 guys. Okay.
It was not. It was
Okay.
not. Actually, I forgot. I don't know. I didn't put it in the other one. So we're going to do this real quick. Sorry about that, guys.
It's all right.
It's all
Okay.
good.
How's that list going? Wow, that's what I expected to see on that list.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was
okay.
mixed up on my part. Okay, so your guesses are we're gonna say Mickey Welch, Tom Seaver, Pud Galvin, or Christy Mathewson.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Was the ERA even around when Pud Galvin was pitching? Come on, I was there.
He was.
Come on. Jeez.
And I will tell you that these numbers are all in the 2s,
Wow.
which
yeah.
is even more. So a 300 game
Yeah.
winner, and the ERA is in the 2s, which is incredible. So he said Mickey Welch. It said Tom Seaver, correct? Pud Galvin or Christy Mathewson.
For me, it's between Seaver and Mathewson. It's just a
I'm
matter
gonna go with
of.
Mathewson. I'm gonna go with Mathewson.
Okay, I'll
Although
go
Mickey
Seaver.
Welch could definitely surprise me.
I'll go
And this
Seaver
could
to be different.
Michael
than-
go with his Mickey name. Say, hey, I'm gonna pick a guy with my name. You know.
The Cowboy Jack says Pud Galvin. Ed says Gavin McLeod. Chad
I'll
M
go-
with Tom Seaver.
Yeah, I'll go Seaver to be different from Kev.
All right. No love for Mickey Welch, Raquel Welch's father, or Bob Welch. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's
Well,
there's
which
one.
Bob Welch, the baseball player or the singer?
Right.
I figured you appreciate that, Michael. No one else is gonna know what I'm talking about.
No, not a bit. Not a bit. If Sports Card says Christy Mathewson. All right, so let me share my
No
screen
love for Mickey
again.
Welch. All right, let's see.
And the more I got to use this picture again. Christy Mathewson.
Great picture.
I love this picture so much. Okay, so he had 373 career wins. His last one was on June 28th, 1912. He played for New York in the National League and Cincinnati. I think we've documented that. His ERA was 2.13.
Wow.
That is insane. Insane. And I try to put this in order. Like Tom Seaver's was 2.86, which is incredible on itself
Still
as
nuts,
well.
especially in the modern era. That's
Yep.
nuts. And
Yep.
he pitched a long time. Like he was not nearly as great as he was those last few years of his career when he was with like the Red Sox, and the White Sox.
And a guy that I didn't put in there was actually the Walter Johnson.
Yeah.
He actually had 417 wins and a 2.17 ERA.
Gosh.
Yeah. So, I mean, these were
And all
dominant,
those strikeouts. Oh my gosh.
dominant pitchers. So, we have one down, and this is a very unique question. Maybe this is why I kind of screwed up on the little slide right there, because I was thinking about this. This is kind of an interesting question, and it has a bit of a twist, but I'm going to just go with it. So what 300 game winner has the highest career earned run average?
Okay.
And now we're talking about
All right.
Tom Glavine, Early Wynn, Phil Niekro, or Randy Johnson.
I'm I was kind of expecting Nolan Ryan to be like, that's right, because Cowboy Jackie's going 2 for 2. Hey, Jack, you might still go 2 for 2 with the wrong answer, so don't worry. All right.
This is true.
Don't worry yet.
Cowboy Jack going with the big unit. Nicely done.
I'm gonna go with Tom Glavine on this one.
Chad M will agree with you. Bubble Pug with Phil Necro.
I was leaning towards Necro too. Leaning towards Necro because he had plenty of games where those knuckleballs didn't quite make it. Next thing you know, they're gone. All right, I see a lot of people say Necro, and that I'm gonna go with that's what I was leaning towards. So,
all right. So, if you said and actually, no one said it. So. If you guessed either one of these two people, you would only be half right. Tom Glavine and Early Win are actually tied with 3.54. This was going to be the little twist on it. So if you said Tom Glavine,
3.54. Come on, that's like an average pitcher now. ERA in Major League Baseball.
So Randy Johnson, his ERA was 3.29.
Wow.
Yeah.
So and it's like 3.5 is pretty insane. Early Win has exactly 300 wins. So that's pretty incredible. Nolan Ryan 3.19. Greg Maddux was very surprisingly 3.16. Mm-hmm. So yeah, all around.
What Phil's was?
Phil Necro 3.35.
Oh, so it was close. All right.
Yeah, and Phil Necro played with Milwaukee, Atlanta in the National League, New York, Cleveland, and Toronto. Gaylord Perry's on here, 311.
I thought Nolan Ryan would have been pretty close.
I thought you know what? I thought so too. I even thought like even Nolan Ryan. I'm sorry, Phil Necro as well. I mean, like that was almost like the red herring, and everybody went for it.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Right, Jack, it's not rigged. You were perfect today.
Yes.
You were perfect.
Yes. Well, that is the show that we have for you today. Again, if you like what we're doing, please become a Patreon subscriber. Do it tomorrow, not today. Do it tomorrow, and you'll get all the frills. If we get enough people, we're going to do some card sharks. We'll carve out a day and we'll invite you and we'll do it on a Saturday or whatever's convenient for everybody. You can also go to our Etsy page and check us out and see some good stuff there. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Guys, do you have anything that you wanted to promote?
Yeah, so don't forget to tune in each and every Saturday for Beer and Break with Angelo. This Saturday, I'll be opening up some 2021 Topps Pro debut. So I just picked that up this week. So we'll have some fun with that. I'm not sure what I'm going to pair it with, but I can assure you it's going to be something good. And don't forget to go back and take a look at some of our other content. Give all our videos a thumbs up. Leave a comment. And hit that bell icon for all the notifications for all the latest content here at the Beer Baseball Blog. Thank you guys for tuning in for episode 70. Appreciate you guys. And we say it all the time, but we wouldn't be, we'd be doing this even if you guys weren't watching, but we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
This has got to be one of our most interactive episodes, I think, today.
I agree. Thank you for everybody's effort in the chat. We really appreciate it. It definitely helps us. And you could drink some Patron as if you love the show.
Yeah. It was nice seeing people outside of just YouTube, seeing them coming up in the chat that you brought up. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you, Ian. We're always sad it's over, but we're going to recharge and do another one next week. What do you think about that? Yeah.
If only they could see our daily text thread.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. We basically do our own show on our text thread, right? So, Kevin, anything? Do we need some laughs in our lives?
What I get into, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lock and Lol. That's LOKNLOLL. If you have a local brewery and you like to drink beer, support them. you like a major league team, find their minor league affiliates. Like you can find fun stuff like, the Beer City Bunghammers.
Yep.
This is the West Michigan Whitecaps for an alternative name because there's a lot of breweries in Grand Rapids. And, I always say it every week, if you need some humor in your life, just pick up your phone, call 516-922-WINE, W-I-N-E, by the way. That's Jackie the Joke Man's hotline, joke line. Get some good, shameless. You think I get anything for this? I don't. All right? I get nothing.
I got your money.
Where's my money? I'm talking to you every week. Cheers, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. We will see you next Tuesday for some more craft beer and curveballs. Check out our YouTube stuff this weekend, and we will see you next Tuesday. Good night, everyone.